So I absolutely love music, and for those of a certain generation, you might recognize that song from the hit movie Coda, came out in 2021. Anybody see that movie? Round of applause. Woo! It was a good movie, despite me and the one other person that saw it. It was a duet that Ruby and Miles did for a very successful movie, me and the one person in this. There we go, thank you, sir. Oh, another person over there saw the movie. For those of another generation, you know that that is Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell that did that song in 1968. Why am I going this far back? Because I was in Detroit back in September, and as part of that, I actually got to go visit Motown. Motown, music of the 60s, that generation. Very, very successful organization. Very, very successful. Smokey Robinson, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, I can keep going on. Very, very successful. That particular song, very, very successful. Very, very successful. Quick show of hands. Talked about success. I talked about successful for a couple of moments here. Quick show of hands, how many of you would like to increase your level of success from where you're at today? Would like to increase your level of success? I saw most hands up super high. On that question. Would like to increase your level of success? I'd like to increase your level of success. How many retailers in the room? All right, most of the audience. Since 1993, I have had the pleasure of studying very successful business owners like most of you. Studying what they've done to achieve success in businesses just like yours. Were they all flooring? No, they weren't all flooring. But they were all very successful. Since 1993. One of the things that happens when you get to do a lot of these talks, you start to build a certain chemistry with your audience. And I can feel right over here in this section, when I said 1993, somebody said he doesn't look old enough to have been doing anything since 1993. This section right here is coming right there in the back. Yes, sir, I knew it. Thank you, sir. Pass this back to this gentleman. Incoming, thank you. Yes, I have been doing this since 1993. And I have studied a lot of very successful business owners, just like you guys and gals. Ray Howell, it's a name I don't expect any of you to know. I met Ray Howell. He was an owner, just like your owners, of Meineke Discount Mufflers. Very, very successful multi-unit owner, okay? Sold those and went over to Tropical Smoothie. So from mufflers to smoothies, radically different products, very successful in both of those. I asked Ray, what are you doing? How do you do that? Ray told me. I talked to Charles Bonfiglio. Charles Bonfiglio was running a business where the average unit volume was $700,000. Charles had 2 locations that was doing $2 million. $2 million. I asked Charles, what are you doing to have that level of success? He shared it with me. Jeffrey Bell, flooring retailer up in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, was doing 7 times the annual volume of his constituents. The group that he's a part of, he was doing 7 times the volume of those stores. Those are the type of people that I've been able to get up close and personal with since 1993, and they've shared with me what they've done to achieve their level of success. Finish this statement for me. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. It's not how you start, it's how you, thank you. For those of you that are going to take notes, and there's a sheet right in front of you, I would encourage you to jot a few things down as we kind of go through this. Success. I speak from a platform that says success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. And you have one of these sheets in front of you. Many times when people talk about being successful, what people say is, well, I got to be lucky. I got to be lucky to do certain things. Don't get me wrong. Luck does play a part in certain things. But here's a definition, or here's what I would love for you to think about as it relates to being successful. Successful people, successful retailers, successful manufacturers, successful software companies, successful AV companies, successful hotels, successful people are doing something consistently. So if you're taking notes, that's something you might want to write down. Successful people, successful retailers, manufacturers, fill in the blank, are doing something consistently. Let me emphasize a couple of different things here. Doing, taking action. It is great to understand, get a lot of things in your head, but what are you doing? Are you taking action? Okay? The second part of that, consistently. Consistently. Doing something consistently. It's not that I just heard something once, I tried it once, maybe it worked, maybe it didn't, but they're doing it consistently over and over and over again. Successful people are doing something consistently. Let that kind of marinate. Let the stories of the individuals that I shared with you kind of go back through your head. Ray Howell from Meineke Discount Muffles, a tropical smoothie. Jeff Bell doing 7 times the volume of his constituents. Charles Bonfiglio doing $2 million in a system that's doing 700,000. I know what they do. I know what they do. And I want to share those clues with you. So that's what I have to talk about for the next 20 or 30 minutes or so. I have those clues that people have been very, very successful with for their time in business. How many of you would like to hear those clues? Raise your hand. Some of you just ain't gonna raise your hand for nothing I say, I guess, right? I got you, okay, all right. If you didn't raise your hands, that's all I got for right now, so I don't have anything else. So you might want to think about something else to do for the next 20 minutes or so if you don't want to hear, because that's what I got. Let me go out on a limb, let me share this with you. Look, I'm a big believer that when you get to a certain age in life, you've heard most things, you've seen them. Maybe they've been shared one way, maybe they've been communicated a different way. Let me go ahead and tip my hat. There is no secret sauce. There is no take 2 of these in the morning and wake up and you'll be successful. I'm going to venture to say that these clues that I have, most of you have heard them before. You heard Stephanie with Stuckey's just talk about some of these clues. I'm going to highlight them again. But go back to this definition I gave you. Successful people are doing something consistently. So as you hear these clues, as you hear what people have done that are running businesses, maybe not flooring exactly like yours, but they're small business owners, they've had tremendous success. This is what they have been doing, and I want to share these items with you. Please get one of the sheets. That's here, okay? And I'm going to encourage you to write these down. Why is Cordell encouraging me to write these down? I'm going to take a picture of it. I'm going to screenshot it. I'm going to remember it. It's been proven that there is power in getting things from your ears to here through your hands. Helps you with retention, okay? Helps you with retention. So if you really want to retain something, if you really want to come up with ways to make things actionable, write it down. It helps you. So I'm going to encourage you to go on this journey with me, okay? I believe in a instructor-led, participant-centered activity, okay? So I can sit up here and read these 6 clues to you, okay? And we'll probably do some of that. But I would love for the audience to get engaged with me. So we have the box, that's the microphone. I'm going to ask for the box to be here. And I'm going to ask for a volunteer. Sir, can I ask you to volunteer? Quick show of hands. One more show of hands. How many of you can read? How many of you can read? All right, everybody can participate with this activity. So let's come over with a box for this gentleman. Sir, you're just going to pick out one card out of there. You're going to give us your name. You're going to tell us where you're from. You're going to open that card up, and you're going to read it.
So I'm Nelson Bourne. I am from Memphis, Tennessee.
What number do you have?
We have the number 6.
Number 6.
Get super involved in your local community.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. So for success clue number 6, what you want to write down, get super involved in your local community. Get super involved in your local community. When I talk with this one to small business owners, the example that I like to give you is ask yourself, can you run for mayor of whatever city, town, village you operate in? Can you run for mayor of whatever city, town, village that you operate in? What are you doing to get your brand, your name, known in the local community? Do you sponsor Little League? Are you part of the chamber? Are you part of B&I? You can keep going on and on and on. But what are you doing to get out and build your name, build your presence in your local community? Super involved. Emphasis on super involved. Can you run for mayor? I'm not saying you have to go into politics if you don't want to do that, but you get the point. You are super involved in your local community, and it helps you tremendously. Anybody doing something in their community around this that you would like to share with the group that's just helped you tremendously with whatever you've been doing? Anybody got to share?
Another Tennessee person here from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Buffy Bunshu from Faith and Grace Flooring.
What number did you get?
Number 5.
Number 5.
Be a super cheerleader. Where's my pom-pom?
Be a super cheerleader is the clue you want to write down for number 5. Be a super cheerleader. Stephanie just talked about this. She literally just talked about this. Here's another note you may want to consider writing down. Your front line is your bottom line. I heard an Why was that a
No, I just find it interesting that it's take care of your people will net you a good bottom line with great staff and teamwork.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Take care of your people will net you a great bottom line with your staff and teamwork. Your front line is your bottom line. Be a super cheerleader. Be a super cheerleader. A few things you might want to think about as it relates to this one particular item. Do you have a culture mindset? Do you have a culture mindset? You are going to be creating some type of culture. If you're thinking about it, you're very deliberate about it, you're going to be creating a positive one. If you're not focused on it, you're going to be creating a culture also. It's going to be a toxic one. It's going to be a negative one. It's not going to be a good one. You're going to be creating one. It's just a matter of which one are you going to be creating. Recognition is so key. Your job as a leader, your key job as a leader is to catch people doing good and tell them about it very, very specifically. Is to catch people doing good and tell them about it very, very specifically. Not just saying great job with that install or great job with that quote. Very, very specific. I love the way you got Mrs. Smith's name. I love the way that you took the different types of samples over to her to take a look at. I love the way that you closed that particular deal. Specific praise. Recognition is so, so key. Please hear what I'm saying with you. This is not what Cordell Riley thinks. This is what very successful business owners just like you have been doing in order to have this level of success. This is what they've been doing. Something else to think about under this one. Foster fun. Foster fun. Foster fun. Look, when you think about the world that we operate in now, I'm going to encourage you to change your mindset a little bit, whether your people are 1099s, W-2s, whatever it might be. People really don't work for you. Yeah, Cordell, I sign their paychecks. They do work for me. Okay, technically they do. They can go right down the road, probably get another job. I mean, this truly is an employee's marketplace right now. They have tons of choices, tons of options. Are you fostering a fun environment that people want to be a part of? Are you recognizing them? Are you calling them by name? Do you know them as people first? Role second. Whether they're a designer, whether they're an installer, whatever it might be, knowing them as people first, role second. Okay, so foster fun. The last one I'm going to give you here is coaching. It's coaching. Talked about your key role, knowing people as people, catching them doing good, giving specific praise. Coaching is also another key aspect of being a leader and growing your team. What do people need to get to that next level? Is it installer training? Is it sales training? Whatever it might be. What is it that the people need inside of your system? How do you coach them? Okay? If somebody's not doing something the way that it needs to be done, it's your role as a leader to find those things and coach them to get the results that you want to get to. All right, thank you. Where's our bag of clues at? Where's our bag of clues at? Back up here to the front again. Another volunteer, another volunteer. All right, thank you, sir. Give us your name, where you're from, what number you got?
My name is Michael. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I have number 4.
Number 4.
Become obsessive about your numbers.
Number 4. Number 4. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Become obsessive. Become obsessive about your numbers. Talking to business owners. Talking to business owners that said they want to take their level of success to the next level. I am sharing clues with you of what other business owners have done to achieve their level of success. They become obsessive about the numbers. Hey, Neil. They become obsessive about their numbers. Do you get a monthly P&L? If the answer is no, let's start there. When you look at that P&L on a monthly basis, are you looking at your cost of goods? Do you know where they should be? If yours are not there, are you taking action to see what you need to do to adjust them? Are you looking at your payroll? Do you know where it needs to be? Are you making sure that you're talking about the scheduling things that you need to do in order to make sure that comes in line? KPIs, 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 KPIs. Do you know what KPIs are? Key performance indicators. Key performance indicators. Yeah. Do you know what they should be in your particular business? Is it the number of calls that your designers make? Is it the close rate? Okay? Are you obsessive about looking at these numbers, taking control of these numbers, and managing these numbers, and managing them? Okay? If you don't like numbers, need to find a way to complement yourself inside of your organization. Do you have a business partner that's a stronger person in the numbers and he or she enjoys it? And they become obsessive about the numbers. Become obsessive about your numbers. I'm going to remind you again, these are not what Cordell Riley thinks about certain things. These are things that I have seen people very successfully do to get their business to the next level. Become obsessive about your numbers. Volunteer, 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 volunteer. Where are we at? All right. You want to help me out here, sir? There we go. Thank you. Give us your name, where you're from, what number?
My name's Alan Wang. I'm from Pasadena, California, from Measure Square.
Awesome. Welcome. What number you got?
The number is 1.
Number 1.
And should I read it out?
Yep, you should read it out.
It is have the right mindset.
Thank you, my friend. A little bit of now hang on now. I think we can be a little more encouraging to our teammates than that. Thank you. Great job with that, my friend. All right. Number one. Warning, 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 warning. I'm going to stay on this one for a while. And I'm already 6'5". I'm standing on a stage, but I'm going to get on a chair for this particular item. There's a reason that this is number one. It's a great reason that this is number one. If you don't get this one, your likelihood of increasing your level of success is not as good as what it could be, okay? Have the right mindset. Have the right mindset. A few points under this one. Your level of success will rarely exceed your level of personal development. Your level of success will rarely exceed your level of personal development. What do I mean by that? Yes, you're here at FloorCon. You're going to spend a few days soaking up great knowledge, be it coming from the stage, be it coming from fellow retailers, be it come from wherever it's going to come from. You're soaking up great knowledge, okay? What are you doing the other 363 or 62 days that you're not going to be here? What are you reading? What are you listening to? What are you taking in? What are the things that you're doing to develop yourself? Your level of success will rarely exceed your level of personal development. You got to make sure you're stepping back to sharpen the saw. Stepping back. Yes, you're doing it right now. What are you going to be doing the other 365 days? 363 days. Second thing you want to write down here. Thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. What you think about, you bring about. Yep. What you think about, you bring about. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you are going to be right. Oh, Cordell, you're talking about thoughts, think good thoughts and all of those things. Tough stuff happens. Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. Control the controllables, though. Control the controllables. What can you control? Can you control the economy? Well, you can't necessarily control the economy. Can you control the White House? You can vote, and I encourage we should all do that. Okay, but what can you really do about what's taking place in D.C.? Control the controllables. The things that you can really focus on, your attitude, your preparation, and your effort. Your attitude, your preparation, and your effort. I told you I was going to be on this one for a while. There's a reason it's number one. Thank you for the smile, sir. That helps me. Thank you. All right, here's the next one. Own 100%. Own 100%. I grew up in rural Mississippi. My father hauled pulpwood. I don't know, for those of you who might not know what pulpwood is. It's similar to logging. You go into the forest, you cut down trees, you take them to the lumber yard, and you sell them. That's what my dad did. Very, very hard manual work. I did it with him during the summers. I knew I needed to do something else because I wasn't going to be able to survive hauling pulpwood. My grandparents picked cotton, sharecroppers. Hard work. Stephanie just talked about the grit. She used that word, grit, of her grandfather. Own 100%. If anybody tells you owning a business is not hard work, you might not want to listen to that person. It is going to be hard work. You are 100% responsible for your success or failure. You are 100% responsible. When you start trying to blame and deflect things, you're in the wrong mindset. You're in the wrong headspace. Own 100%. All right, I'm going to give you one more and I'm going to come down off this chair. Give you one more and I'm going to come down off this chair. We're still talking about mindset. We're talking about having the right mindset. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about this being number one. Here's the last one. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with? Another. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about your circle. Think about the people that you spend the most time with. Are they people that are pushing you, holding you accountable, challenging you, encouraging you? Or are they people that nothing's ever right, sky's always falling, gray clouds always here and there? You're going to take that on. You're going to take that on. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Be around people that are going to push you, hold you accountable, challenge you. Now, let me also say, when you go back home and you start thinking about your friends, don't blame this on Cordell Riley. Cordell Riley said, I can't hang out with you anymore. I didn't say that. Make those decisions, make those choices. But you truly are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Look, there's a reason that's number one. There's a reason that I was on the chair for that one. If you get that right, you have a great likelihood to be successful. Have the right mindset. I need a volunteer from over here. Somebody. Thank you, ma'am. Name, where you're from, number, and then read it, please.
Marjorie Benson from Southwest Florida, Punta Gorda, and number 3.
Number 3.
Sorry. Focus on customer service and satisfaction.
Number 3, success clue. What successful people have been doing to get their level of success. Focus on customer service and satisfaction. Focus on customer service and satisfaction. Stephanie just had those pictures of all those smiling people coming into their facility, enjoying their products. Focusing on customer service and satisfaction. Let me take you back to the very top of this. Somebody said, Cordell, you ain't told us nothing new. I told you I probably wasn't going to tell you anything new. As you're listening to these, though, think about, are you deliberately doing this consistently? Are you taking action on these items consistently? Are you taking action on these items consistently? Focus on customer service and satisfaction. Focusing on customer service and satisfaction. Look, I talked about your front line being your bottom line. Think about your particular business and how important installers are. Installers spend probably more time with your customers than you as business owners. They are the ones going into the home, interacting with the customer. Do they know what it takes to deliver great customer service? Focusing on customer service and satisfaction. I would love to hear some shares from the audience. What makes for great customer service and satisfaction in the flooring space? Yes, sir.
Customer service immediately.
Hang on. Give us your name and where you're from, sir.
Buddy Mitchell, Simply Floors,
Love it.
Denver, Colorado.
Love it, buddy.
I got this from another retailer a couple months ago, and it's like customer service right now.
What does that mean, buddy?
It means you don't wait. You don't sit there and figure everything out. You just get there and solve their problem and do it.
I love it.
Immediately.
I love it. Customer service immediately. Let me get another one. Let me get another share, too. Got this gentleman right over here in the center.
Hi, Steve from Texas Flooring Direct. I'm a principal guy, and I've learned people remember how you treat them and also make people feel important. My sales team, I drive that in their heads all the time.
How do you do that? What do you drive into their heads? What do you tell them to do specifically? Why am I doing this? Look, I got some things I'm sharing with you. I'm encouraging you to hear what your fellow retailers are doing. Please take notes of what you're hearing from the audience also. Yes, what do you do? What do they do?
Yeah, I mean, they're with people every day, so make them feel important. It's about them, it's not about you. We have 2 ears to listen and 1 mouth to talk, right?
I want to go deep on the part, it's not about you, it's about them. I say that right, sir? Look, so here is a little inside secret. I'm blessed to get to do a lot of these. I'm blessed to get to talk to a lot of audiences, a lot of groups since 1993. Yeah, thank you for thinking that. I'm not that old. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I still get incredibly nervous the moment before I walk on stage to do this. Every single time, I don't care how many times I do it, incredibly nervous. Incredibly nervous. But when I'm doing that, I'm too focused on Cordell Riley. What if I mess up? What if I do this? What if I walk over here and this microphone makes this weird noise when I walk into this particular audience? But when I think about Neil, who invited me to this, when I think about Jeff, who said, Cordell, I wanted to bring you to this and I want to give you a chance to speak to this group. When I think about all of you as retailers, as my customer, and if I can share one thing that causes you to do something differently that impacts your business, I'm removing the focus from me to my audience. That's what the gentleman talked about over there. How do you remove the focus from you to your customer? Getting their name, calling them by name, thanking them, doing it immediately, focusing on customer service and satisfaction. There is no secret sauce. There is no take 2 of these and wake up in the morning. These are the basic things that really move business forward and give you that opportunity to have that level of success that we're talking about. Thank you. Great examples. Great examples. Thank you. All right. Bag of clues. Bag of clues. Where are we at here? We got 1 left. Volunteer, please. Thank you. Name, where you from, number?
David Rodriguez in the tri-counties of Pinellas, Hillsborough, and Pasco, Florida, with Infinite Home Designs. And number 2 is have a plan.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a plan. Have a plan. You heard that this morning. You heard that this morning. Think about where we're at in the calendar. Getting ready to round out November, getting ready to go into December. Yes, we got Thanksgiving. Yes, we got Christmas. Yes, we got New Year's. Yes, we got all those great things coming up. But you're getting ready to roll into a new year. Have you sat down with your team and devised your business plan for 2024? Have you thought about where your revenue is going to end up for this particular year? Have you set a goal for where you want to be next year? Have you thought about the things that are going to enable you to get to that goal? What do you need to do from a marketing perspective? What training do you need? What training does your team need? Okay? Have you pulled your team into this? Have you pulled your GM, your manager, whatever the case might be inside of your organization? Have you pulled them into this planning process where they're helping you come up with it? Okay? Is your plan written down? A plan up here, I'm going to challenge you to say it's not a plan. Is it really written down? And do you truly have a plan? Do you have a plan? I want to go back to number 1 for a second. Have the right mindset. I talked about your level of success rarely exceeding your level of personal development. I want to suggest a book, Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Have you read it? Compound Effect. Yep, seeing some applause by Darren Hardy. If you have not read this book, let me encourage you to put this on your list of things to read. Cordell, I don't like to read. Okay. You want to do something differently. You want to have a different result. This is one. It's an easy read. Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Share a little bit of it with you. Small, smart choices plus consistency plus time equal radical difference. Small, smart choices plus consistency plus time equal radical difference. Just think about what we've been talking about. Think about these 6 clues that I've shared with you. You've heard these before. Are you doing them consistently? Are you doing them consistently? A few more things from the book. Any golfers in the room? Any golfers? All right, some golfers. This is from the book. Arnold Palmer told Success Magazine, "It's a funny thing. The more I practice, the luckier I get." Yeah, the more I practice, the luckier I get. If we want success, we need to recover our grandparents' work ethic. Real and lasting success requires work and lots of it. Top people have very clear goals. They write it down, they make plans for its accomplishment. Unsuccessful people carry their goals around in their head like marbles rattling around in a can. We can say that it's a goal not in writing. A goal not in writing is a mere fantasy. I'm going to give you one more book. One more. Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. We're reading the same books, my friend. Every morning. Get this gentleman on the microphone. I want to hear him. Tell me, what does this do for you? Talk a little bit. Wait till the mic gets there. Wait till the mic gets there. Going back to number 1 again. So we're going back to number 1 again. Give us your name, sir, and tell us about your morning.
Hi, my name is Michael. I came across this book probably 6 or 7 years ago, and to me it's about ritual. You have to have rituals in your life. If you wake up every morning and you're like, I guess I'll get some coffee, and stumble through the day, sit through traffic, you show up at work, what am I doing today? That's the day you're going to have. It's not structured. Get up every morning with a plan of what you are going to do that day. Create a ritual when you get up in the morning. I do this, then I do this. The rest of your day is structured now. Do it. It's a great book.
Focused, productive mornings lead to focused, productive days. Focused, productive mornings lead to focused, productive days. Getting up, going immediately to your cell phone, sitting on Mark Zuckerberg's lap with Facebook, or jumping into X with Musk right now, or Joe Scarborough. Good morning, Joe. Is he still on? Or are you going to Fox and Friends? Or Situation Room with Wolf Blitzer? I want to make sure I was balanced as I was doing that. Was I balanced, Neil, on both sides? I was balanced. Okay, yeah, I got to make sure I stay balanced there. It's not a great way to start your morning. Ritual. There's a process that I use. Mine is getting up in silence. Typically pray in the morning. Typically read something positive. Typically listen to something positive. Typically journal. I write things down that I really want to think about, that I really want to call into attention. Exercise. Try to get up and get the body moving. Having a great mind, but the body's not ready to go. Not a great combination. Not a great combination. Thank you. Morning ritual. Miracle Morning, Hal Elrod. Make those notes under number 1. Make those notes under number 1. All right, so if you're looking at your sheet, you got 6 spaces there. But this group has been so good, I'm going to give you a bonus. Write number 7 at the bottom of your sheet. And here's what you want to write down for number 7. Form close links with other retailers. Form close links with other retailers. Form close links with other retailers. Look, you're at this great conference. There's 300, 400, 500 of you here that are operating similar type businesses. Do you get to know each other? Do you have people that you can call and say, I'm going through this. Have you experienced this? How have you gotten over this? Do you have people that you can help? I found this. This helped me tremendously. It got me to the next level. Form close links with other retailers. The reason that I went through the activity of getting people to get involved and share things, yes, I had these clues I wanted to share, but I also wanted you to have the opportunity to meet some of your fellow retailers. Take the time while you're here for the next couple days, form some close links with other owners, other retailers that you can reach out to and share stories, share wins, share things that's helped you get to that next level, okay? Form close links with other retailers. All right, that's them. That's them. Finish this statement off for me. Finish this statement off for me. Knowledge is, give me a little power when you say that. Knowledge is power. Look, I'm an absolute believer that knowledge is power. I love knowledge. Once you get knowledge, nobody can take it away. It is yours. Truly, truly powerful. Truly, truly powerful. But really think about the world that we operate in today. A few clicks on your phone right now, you can know anything that you want to know. Here's another way to think about this. If knowledge is power, and I do believe that knowledge is power, applied knowledge is superpower. Applied knowledge is superpower. I would love for you to think about getting one of these books. I will be more in love if you said, okay, I'm going to read this and I'm going to apply some of the things that comes from it. Successful people are doing things consistently, taking action consistently. Successful people are doing things consistently. Applied knowledge is superpower. Here is the most important part of this particular activity. Here's the most important part. Take 30 seconds. Think about your business. Think about when you get ready to go back home, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whenever you get ready to go back home. Look at these success clues. Go back to the top of what we talked about. Successful people doing things consistently. Is there something on this sheet that you're going to recommit to when you go back for your particular business? Take 30 seconds. Look at the sheet. I would love a little bit of a share from this group of what you're going to be focused on when you go back. Take 30 seconds. What are you going to be thinking about? What are you going to be doing and applying from this when you go back to your respective business? Let me get a volunteer or two to share what you got, what you're going to be working on. Hand, please. I see a young lady right here. Oh, keep your hand up, ma'am. There we go.
My name is Andrea O'Connell from Loveland, Colorado. Well, one thing that struck me is we have a staff retreat coming up, so we're doing the planning part, and I want to share all of these with my staff, and I thought, well, how do you get obsessive with your numbers? Well, everybody in the business has a number or numbers or things that they have to track. So my plan is to share the whole thing with them as a staff and get them pumped up the way you just pumped me up.
I love it. Thank you, Andrea. Another share. Anybody else taking something from this that you're going to take back to share? Oh, yeah, right over here.
Again, these are all great points, but one thing that I would like to do, and one thing that I will do, is go back and share these points with everybody on my staff, because if you don't share with them, they can't pick up and help you, have these goals and these mindsets.
Love it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Let me get one more. Got it?
I'm kind of excited because we do a lot of these things, but there was two that there was two or three that we need to do better. And one is be more consistent in our effort. One is be more of a cheerleader to our staff. And one that we talk about but we don't is get more involved in our local community. All the others we do very consistently. Those are the three that we really need to like implement. And one of the things that I realize is, you know, you're talking about success for business, but it's actually success for life. Wow. If you look at all of your employees and you help them implement this into their life, not just the business, they'll be successful and they'll drive you to the next level.
Wow.
So.
Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, very, very true.
People don't have business issues, they have issues they bring into the business.
Oh, can you get them? I want to make sure everybody can hear that.
So just going off of what he said, people don't have business issues, they have issues that they bring into the business. So if you're not organized, that's who you are as a person. That's what you bring to your business.
Yeah.
If you are out of control as a person, you bring that to your business.
Yeah.
So, you know, all of these things that we're talking about, if you're not a cheerleader for yourself, how can you be that for others? If you're not focused on customers yourself, how can you expect your team to be that way?
Yeah.
So it just trickles down from the top.
Yeah.
And so you have to, exactly, you have to lead by example. You have to be the shining light that you want your people to see.
Wow. Thank you. I would love to hear what everybody else is going to be doing. Hopefully you got one or two that you're going to go back and recommit to, focus deeper on, make sure that you follow through with. Look, I love when people come to these types of things. I love the sugar high that you kind of get when you're super here. That's sugar high. But really going back and thinking about what you're going to do with it. Taking this sheet, putting it up somewhere, checking it off. I'm doing this. I'm not doing this. I need to follow through with this. Successful people are doing things consistently. Successful people are doing things consistently. I'm going to leave you with a quote. I'm going to leave you with a quote as I wrap up and land this plane for the day. Jim Rohn is one of my favorite consultants, business minds when it comes to things, and Jim Rohn has a great quote that I'd love to leave you with. Don't wish life were easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish life were easier. Wish you were better. You guys have been great. Thank you for having me in. This has been awesome. Thank you.